Hello and welcome. My name is Ajaxpost and we're back here in Train World as we're watching... Which train are you? You're an unnamed train at the moment. We'll come back to that in a second. That's off to Seattle, I think, to go and find some more iron ore to deliver to our steel foundry station here. I'm not quite sure where our steel foundry is. It's somewhere in the environs of this city. Can you actually see it? I don't know. You can usually see the industry somewhere, can't you? I don't know. If I go to the 2D map, yeah, that's just the station. That's the freight station icon, isn't it? Yeah. Now, while we're here, a sort of quick heads up and a clarification of something I was sort of complaining a little bit about in the previous episode. When we were creating our new lines here, we were putting in all sorts of fun things to do with signals. And one of the things I said was that in the 2D map, sorry, the 3D map, if we go back down here, it can be difficult to see the signals. So we have got some signals along here. Now, we are still very much in the early years of the game, and we've got this old track and we've got semaphore signals. Oh, there's one. Yeah, so they're a little difficult to see. They might be more easy to see. Ooh, that's our coal train. No, that's the iron ore train coming in, isn't it? Yes, must be, because I called it Jarry do Ore. Yes. So this signal's a little bit sort of difficult to see here in the 3D map. But, as someone commented, it's actually quite easy to see them here on the 2D map, the world map. They said that you can actually click on them here on this map to add them to your line. We're going to see if that actually works, because, in fact, that very train that's coming in here, this ore train, and I've missed it, is but one train not really coping. If I go, actually, let's click over here, see, quicker and easier. It's not picking up anywhere near enough of this iron ore. I mean, the train itself carries 92 or something, and there's already over 200 waiting. Don't press the space bar, because that's not the pause key. That's the pause key. The apostrophe thing key on the top left of the keyboard. Yeah, I've said it again. I'm still complaining. Yeah, I'm consistent if nothing else. Yeah, we've got that there. So what I want to do is add another train to that line, which really means we need to make this track here double tracked. We could do it with sidings, perhaps, sort of passing tracks. But we might try and do it sort of, yeah, double track it, the whole darn thing, perhaps. However, before I do that, one thing I want to say, we were using signals a lot in the last episode, and we added them as waypoints to the line. Now, at the very end of the last episode, I noted that my new coal train, the one we saw disappearing to start with, was actually coming into the wrong platform. It was coming in, let's get this going again. It was coming into this same platform as the ore train, which is fine. I mean, that works, but it does mean there's a risk of congestion there when they sort of have to back up. But I then added a new signal, which was the one we were looking at earlier, into the line. Now, it took me a little while to work out how to do that. It's quite simple, really. It's a bit like Transport Fever 2. Oop, darn it, I've mentioned that name again, that game again. But it's a little bit different. So if we go into our lines here, we're looking at the coal bulk. So I put these signals in here. What you do to add a signal to a line, or anything to a line really, to add something to it, waypoint, another station or whatever, edit the line, then you click on the station or the point on the line you wanted to go before. So for this signal here, which I imagine is this one here, I had to click on Fort Worth Foundry, like so, and you see there it puts the little symbol in. So it actually tells you, which is neat, which is very handy. So at this point I can click on the signal and add it into the line, and it's done like that. That other game I keep mentioning, I really should stop. You click on the station before you want to add the new waypoint or whatever. So the new stop goes after where you've clicked. In Train World it goes beforehand. However, one other thing actually, we're not doing that. We're not editing that line at all. Something else I want to do is, you can't click on the signals themselves, can you? No, you need to go into signal mode, bring them up. Now if I click on that signal, one or two things you can do with it. I'm not sure if I'll get to the non-stopping thing which we saw before, which I didn't understand. I sort of have a better understanding of it now because I've reread the tutorial screens, sorry, the help screens, not the tutorial. But I'm still not quite sure, because I'm no railway engineer. I'm not quite sure how to implement that. If you've got any better ideas, if you've got any insights into that, then please do let me know. However, what I wanted to say here was, if you click on a signal, there's this button in the middle which says lines, and that tells you the lines for which that signal is a waypoint. Is that not cool? That is cool. So it's a waypoint at the moment on just this one line, Seattle Coal Bulk. What you can then do is click on Seattle Coal Bulk and bring the line up, so you can see exactly where it's going, which is excellent. Also, if you just happen to be floating around your map and click on a train, right click on a train, like Jerry do, or oh, actually no, what line are you on, you think to yourself, because you've got a very dodgy memory like what I have. You can click on the colour of the line here, it tells you what the line is, click on it and it brings it up. This I like this design, this sort of drill down kind of thing, where you can see one aspect of the data set, the train, and you can click on one item on that data set, the line, and it displays it. Oh, I like that. That is jolly good design. Thank you so much for that. Anyway, what we're going to do here is we're going to add in another train to that line. So I'm going to pause it here because I don't want it to get too carried away. Are we going to do bypass tracks or not? Or double track the whole thing? I think, to be honest, I'm not sure how much all this costs, because I want to put in a long new route in this episode, and that might cost me a lot of money. I've only got nearly 7 million in the bank, and I'm not quite used yet to how the economy works here, so how quickly that money will disappear. And if you're familiar with any of my other videos where I sort of play the tycoon-y kind of thing, then you'll know that I'm quite a cautious player when it comes to the economy. So yeah, we're going to do passing tracks. That's what we're going to do. So we're going to add some track here. We're going to see, this is all one block section. We don't want that anymore. We're going to take you out here, like, whoops, and spacebar that. A nice length there, spacebar that, and that, is that going to be long enough? That should be long enough for the train, I think. A little bit more? Oh, a little bit more then. There you go. And then bring it back, merge it back into the line. There you go. Job done. And we will put some signals on here. These don't need to be waypoints because they are simple one direction signals. Oh, you can't change the flow of the signal till you've placed it. I suppose that kind of makes sense. So we're going to place our signals around here. That's as close as we can get. We're going to click on it. That's that direction. And coming back here. God, is that always quite long, isn't it? That's the thing with the scale of this game I'm still getting used to. Some things look kind of close, but some things are a long way away. And the scale is one of the... that's that one done. We'll put another signal in here. Let me put it in. Is that as close as you can get? Okay. Yeah, I've not quite worked out. Sometimes you can get really close to the switch, to the junction. Other times you can be quite some distance away. I haven't quite worked out what it's doing there. It could be sort of genuine railway sort of, I don't know, track issues or something. Can you hear the wind blowing across the landscape? It's quite impressive, isn't it? Okay, so that's that done. Now that signal is not a waypoint, so the line item there isn't shown, isn't highlighted. Do we want signals here? We could actually put a signal in here, couldn't we? Yeah, so we can have the train stacking up here. That makes sense to me. Yeah. It doesn't want to... That's it. It's only one way there, isn't it, anyway? So, and likewise here. We'll put one in the middle. Like so. Yeah, that's far enough, I think. Yeah, that's quite good. So when they go around that big loop. Okay, we want another bypass track. Perhaps along here. This looks like a fairly flat bit of track. So let's do that down here. It'll come out like so. There. And it tells you how long that block section is, I imagine. Is that from the previous signal? I should keep count of this, shouldn't I? Yeah. No, that's fine, I think. Now, do we want a signal along here? We've got one there where the tracks merge. Yeah, that's this red bit here is the line to Seattle. So I think that's okay. That's okay. Alright, so our trains. Jerry du Ord, which is you. So let's go and find you. You're the ore train. I right click on you again, bring you up there, and if I go into the train details, I can clone you. Now, I mentioned this I think in an annotation previously when we created our coal train rather. I actually built that train anew, but it could have been an identical clone of this train. Let's actually see how that works. So let's clone that train. That's that consist. That is 170,000. It's not too expensive, I suppose. Actually, if we cancel that, go into the details. Sell price. I wonder if these trains depreciate in value. I imagine they do. So I don't get all my money back when I sell it. We'll have a look at that. So let's create a clone of this train. We'll clone that train. This is train number 4. It doesn't have a line yet. Has no engine. What do you call that then? That looks like a slightly dubious error message. Okay, so we'll put you on the ore bulk line. Get the game running. Yes, it does have an engine after all. Excellent. And where is that train? You're there, picking up some of those 200 plus tons of ore. So this train then... Oh no, okay, so it's... No, I'm looking at the wrong train. This train. That's the one I want. Oh, that's interesting. That's train 4. If I click... follow, that's that train, yeah. If I click on details, okay, I'm not quite sure what I was clicking on there. That was curious. If I go to the information here, yeah, that is okay. They depreciate immediately, but I'm not sure they depreciate any further than that by the look of it. Okay, now I did ask in the previous videos for any suggestions for names for my trains. And I had one response to that, so thank you so much. Now, I'm going to struggle with this. The YouTube ID of this user who commented with this name is unusual. I'm going to attempt to pronounce it as if it was an actual name. If it is your name, then I do apologise for mangling it. And do correct me if I do make a real mess of it. It looks a bit like... I'm probably going to write this on the screen as well, so you've got a better idea of what a mess I'm making of this name. Hikistanyaiku. A bit like that. Yes. So again, I apologise if I've totally mangled that pronunciation. So he suggested, or say that, I don't know gender-wise, you suggested that any train in a train game has to be called Thomas. And that is what that train will be called, Thomas. Which reminds me, actually, this train here, our coal train, ought to be called... You know what I'm going to call it, don't you? Robbie Coltrane. Of course. What other name could you possibly use? Do we need to double track or add another train to the coal route? 51. Okay. The Seattle Coal Bulk is using that station. And we have that one train on there, which is Robbie. And you're currently full. Where are you? That one seems to be okay. So there's 50 waiting at Seattle. You seem to be okay for the moment. Alright, okay, that seems to be working. I'm good with that. So what's our next plan of action? Now, while I'm still building up my company and trying to generate profitable trains, I'm focusing on these tasks as hopefully short-term, easy, quick fixes, quick ways to get money into my bank so I can then just develop on. Now, we haven't yet got into our second region, our second territory, Memphis, which we unlocked previously. But, which reminds me, there's something else I can tell you. Let's go to the 2D, the world map again. If I pause this for a second. What we did, we unlocked Memphis as part of our research here. Yeah, that unlocked Memphis. Or sorry, unlocked a new region for free. What I hadn't noticed, because I wasn't paying attention, or more accurately, I wasn't actually looking for this. What I hadn't noticed was, if we go to regions, is I could already open one region for free anyway. Yeah? So I think when you start the game up, I don't know if it starts off immediately like this, but you get one region which you're working in, and then you'll have another region which you can open for free. I'm not sure if that's immediately available to you, so you can immediately go into a second region or not, but that one is there. So I only need this one other region here, which will cost me... Oh, that's free as well. Oh, no, it's not. If I unlock... I can pick one free one. And then the other one will cost me a significant amount of money. Obviously on the small map I'm using here, I've only got the 4 regions to choose from. Other maps are significantly bigger. Anyway, I just wanted to make that point, that you do get one unlock free, regardless by the look of it. Anyway, so I was looking at these tasks, and we've got a passenger route from Fort Worth to Jacksonville, which is coming from here all the way up there, which is quite a long route, but okay, there's a good there's a good tight mix of contours there, although they are all green as opposed to these mountainous browns and oranges, which would, I imagine, be expensive. So that would be relatively cheap, apart from being a long way away. What else could we do? Oh, the other tasks is what I'm looking at. Or we could send 500 glass to Milwaukee. Now, glass, all this is done in the Memphis region. Now, glass is made here in Baltimore. If we go to our produce, so sand here. Now, sand does have 2 secondary uses. There are 2 industries that demand sand. There's the glass in Baltimore here, which we could then send to Milwaukee, although Milwaukee doesn't tell us much about itself here. It's all locked data at the moment. Or we could send the sand to Albuquerque, which is another task. Yeah, which gives us that money. So we could either send the sand there and then back again. That might be an interesting route. Or there. But what I'm going to do, I think, is this passenger line, because I want to get passengers going. I think from what I've seen on the forums and the Discord server and so on, most of the tips that you'll get are do freight first, because freight is quite profitable. Passengers might be a little bit more difficult. Should we find out? I think we should find out. But before we do, let's go to this research. While my trains have been busy earning money, they've also been earning research points. So I've now got 250 of those. So I can spend 100 on a new passenger wagon. And I can also spend 100 on a much faster, a Mikado locomotive. Oh, it's 150. No, it is 100. I'm getting confused. That's 150. That's how many I've got left. So my current fastest train is the Atlantic at 84. I can either go for get more money from passengers or go for the Mikado. I want to go for the Mikado. Once I've got the Mikado in use, once I've got a passenger service up and running, then I can increase the revenue from passenger traffic by doing that. That wouldn't take too long to get another 100. I've already got another 11. Yeah, these research points are accruing quite nicely. Okay, we're going to get that. We're going to get that train. We're going to take those points away. Awesome. So we're going to have to get a passenger service out of Fort Worth. So how are we going to do that? Good question. I'm wondering if I could build... Let's go back to that map. So this track is... So we could follow that track for a little bit and mix our passenger and freight services up, but maybe that's not such a good idea. Keep them separate, perhaps. Okay, let's set down some guidelines, shall we? So we'll use a different colour. Let's use this lovely purple. So we're going to go from here. Now we're going to go up here. And where's... Oh, that's all the way up there. Oh, it's a long way, isn't it? This is why you need guidelines. So up there, and then through the middle here, along here. We might be able to have a branch line going off to wherever that is. Does it tell me? Columbus. Okay, we're on the right track. And along here, along this ridge, and then into Jacksonville. That looks very straightforward, doesn't it? It does indeed. So let's click through here. There's our... Actually, ooh, could we put our passenger station that far out? That's a good question. Darn it, no. I'm just outside the boundary of the city limits. That's a passenger train station. We could add more than one terminal to it. Good, but we won't just yet. Yes, I know it collides. Now the thing with passenger stations is I don't think they're one way. From what I saw of the demo, or its control, I keep trying to use other control keys for rotating things from that other game. Yeah. From what I saw in the demo, which looked at a much later era where you had trains with engine or driving units at both ends, the trains don't need to reverse because the driver walks all the way along the platform to the other end of the train and gets in the driving unit at the other end to pull out of the station. So I don't know what will happen with a consist with just one locomotive, one driving unit on it, like we've got here. We'll probably have to find out, won't we? Actually, we'll put it down here, like so. Okay, so if I put you there, confirm that. So that's our station, and as you can see, unlike the freight stations, which are explicitly one way through, the passenger station has no such constraint. Now what I'm going to try and do here is build a wooden bridge. Can I build a wooden bridge over here? Now you can use... Is it page up? I thought there was a... no, it's here. So A means automatic level, and that gives you the slant that you can control, and H does... I can't remember. I can't remember. Oh no, we're not going to... No, we can't do that. We're going to have to go up over that. Okay. Now I don't know how high, I need to be closer, how high this needs to be to get over that track. Oh, you don't click on these, do you? No. They just tell you what research you've done, so we can build wooden bridges. That's what it's telling me. So let's right, drag that. Aha! Incline is too steep. Right. So if we go up like that, that's good. That's good. So we'll spacebar that. Okay, I want to go up a bit more. Okay, but aha! Right, we've got a wait. Ooh, no, we've got a bridge. We've got a bridge. Okay, so if I spacebar that, too close to a bridge. What do you mean you're too? Oh, can we not build? We must be able to build over that, surely. Okay, let's cancel that. Let's delete that bit of track and that bit of track. Can we get this track going up a bit more so it can go into a bridge? Okay, let's try this again. Let's move this station out of there and move it a bit further down. Like there. Okay. Well, I could run it around that way, couldn't I? Around the end of that track, but I want to get a bridge. I want to see bridges working. Okay, so let's go up. Aha, right, that works. So it's happy with that incline. But it looks like I have a suspicion we can't put these bridges over tracks. That's annoying. Too close to a bridge. It's not so much it's too close to a bridge, it's the fact that the bridge supports actually sit on the track. Okay, that's a disappointment. No, don't cancel that. Press C to cancel it. Let's see if we can take it underground then. And you. Right, so if we're there, let's go down a little bit, like so. Until we get underground somewhere. Is it going to be a tunnel? Oh, hang on. Is that working? That looks as if it's doing it. I'm not entirely convinced that it should, to be honest. But we might be on to this is close, isn't it? Right, so it does that. Now that looks more acceptable. So the track actually goes over ground on the tunnel. That's fine. So let's bring that back in to there. We don't want this tunnel to be longer than it needs to be. So if I spacebar that and change that to automatic, and it starts coming out again. Excellent. I've no idea where I am now. Okay, we've got to, right, we want to come across here. There. Excellent. Ish. That's quite a long tunnel, longer than I would like, but I think it's going to get the job done. Can we? I'd like a bridge. I would like a better bridge. Okay, we could merge onto that track. Yeah. Can we do that? I don't like that tunnel being quite so long, but I think it's going to have to be. That's good. Okay. I've just got a 200-metre long tunnel achievement. Now, isn't that magnificent? We could probably double track this, couldn't we, at some point? But we're just going to have them switching over to start with. So I'm going to follow this guideline all the way up as best I can. Oh my god, I've just realised I've got less than $500,000 left back in the bank. We're not going to be able to complete this, are we? Ah, no. Right. Can I take out a loan? It's going to need to be 10 million, isn't it, or more? That tunnel was expensive. I should have been paying, because I don't pay attention to the cost of laying track and stuff. I've got very lazy from playing that other game where I'm making loads of money at the moment. Okay, I'm going to take the big loan. It's a 15%. I think we get. Oh, we can earn that amount of money, can't we? Easy. Good. Right. Okay. Let's get this drawn. Dear oh dear. Let's get you up there. Right, I will. This is obviously going to be quite a long route, so I will get this done, and we will come back once we're getting a lot closer to Jacksonville, on the assumption I've still got some money left. Right, I'll see you on the other side of a video effect. Well, we're here. We've still got over 8 million left in the bank. Wow. So laying simple track without going underneath the ground is relatively inexpensive, which is nice, compared to trying to dig multiple tunnels. And I wasn't watching if I was getting fully refunded when I demolished that track or not. I hope I was, because otherwise it's very difficult when you're in these early stages of the game to do big engineering jobs, I think is probably the best way of describing that. So we've got from Fort Worth up to Jacksonville. We just need a station. So if we go back to our main world map, this could be pretty much a terminus, isn't it? It's not going to go anywhere. So I think if we put it along the side here, I think that'll be good. Yeah. So there's a track coming in. Let's get rid of our guidelines. We don't need those anymore. There you go. Thank you very much. You've done your job. And we want a new station. And that's that. It's going to be a passenger station. Again, just the one terminal for the moment. And we are going to place it, Control key, and rotate the mouse. We're going to place that somewhere out here, I think, there. There you go. And we'll remove some of this track. Okay, that will do. How much are you going to remove? That's fine, I think. I'll accept that. So if we bring you up there for... I've lost my station again. Where's the station? There it is. So we want to come up, yeah, around here. That looks good. And then, oops, I should have used the space bar to make sure I was still connected. I think that's connected. We'll check in a minute when I've come to finish the job. And yes, it's a nice long loop into the station, I think. That's the space bar, that's good. And just a bit too, just a little bit too far. Okay, we'll put you there. And finally, connect in. Ooh, that looks naff, doesn't it? That looks very naff. Okay, let's cancel that. Let's come out of here. A bit like that. Yeah, we'll cancel that. Take this bit back a bit. Like so. Hopefully you'll connect without looking too unsightly. Okay, it's not the prettiest, but I think that should do. Excellent. I think we have connected those two towns. You can be called Jacksonville 1. Absolutely not. Jacksonville Central. They are the centre of nothing there, to be honest, but let's go back to the main map, and here we want to be around here. Where's our station? There you are, Fort Worth. What should we call you? Just Fort Worth? Yeah, very dull. Yeah. Which was a really exciting place, you know, in and around those mountains. Yeah, these darned earthworks, they're expensive. We have discovered that. Let's create ourselves a new line. It's going to be going, actually if we go from here, so from, no, not from the foundry, oh, from Fort Worth. It's, I just picked it up, good, good, to there, Jacksonville Central. So a very simple naming system, Jacksonville to Fort Worth. Done, confirm that. Oh, this requires me to create an express line. Is that going to give me problems? Is there something? Is an express line a very specific thing? I don't know. Okay, we need some signals on here just to make sure our trains don't get bothered. Can I use the non-stop thing here? Because I want you to go that direction. And I want you to go in that direction and make you non-stop. Where the heck? No. Ooh, what have I done there? Yeah, I think it is explicitly a one-way system, so... Alright, okay, so it can't stop between there and there. That's what that blue line means, I think. Okay, right, but we're going to want, to be honest, I probably want signals on the freight line more than the passenger line, really, don't I? But and put the signals closer to the switch. Right there. So, no, not that one. There. Let me edit you. There you are. Good, so that's you. I put another signal up here to say you've gone through. Okay. So, we need a train. I'm going to add a train. It's going to be a fast train. That's you. You cost... Wow, only 185,000. Okay, that's good. And we're going to put our fast wagon on. 2, 3. Okay. Our performance is excellent. How many do you carry? You carry 96, which should be plenty, but we can always add to the consist if we discover it's not. So that's you. Okay, and you are going to go online. Jacksonville, Fort Worth. Yes! That is an express line. Awesome. So where is this train? You're there. So we will call you the First Express. And I think after all these trials and tribulations, we will finish this episode. It's carrying nobody. Could you not pick people up? Ah, okay. Yes, so we will finish this episode here, I think. So thank you so much for joining me today for this episode of Train World. I hope you've enjoyed this. If you have, it'll be great to hear from you. A little bit of a like would be lovely. Just click on the old thumbsy uppy button. Even better if you've got anything to say about what I'm doing with the game or the game itself. Particularly if you can help me understand any of the concepts here that I'm clearly struggling with. It would be very much appreciated. Other than that, of course, just drop a note into the comments box below. That would be absolutely awesome. Other than that, of course, if you've not already done so, please do subscribe to the channel. And that way you'll know when I upload another one of these or any of my other Let's Play series. Especially if you click that little belly notification-y thing. That's what it's there for. So from me, Ajaxpost, here in Train World. Until the next time, bye-bye for now.